I did not want to have to make this video. First of all, before we start with anything in this video, I just kind of want to apologize for this being a gameplay video with me talking over it. I realize that that's kind of a lazy way to do videos, and I'm really sorry about that. I just wanted to get some of my frustrations out in a video with the whole Sony thing. I have scripts written talking about other fun subjects, and I also have other fun gameplay videos as well that I need to work on editing. But this just has to come first because I really feel like I need to get this off my chest, because it's this whole situation has me really miffed and I really want to talk about it. So if you've been living under a rock for the past week and don't know what's going on and have missed the absolute dog pile Sony has been receiving online for the past week, not 1 week after GTA 6 announced that they will be a digitally only game. Let me re-emphasize that. Not 1 week passed since GTA 6 announced that they are only going to be a digital game. Sony PlayStation announced that come 2028 they are no longer going to be making physical discs for games and are going to be a digital only storefront. Now you're probably hearing this and going, what's the big deal? Everybody buys digital games nowadays anyway. They're just following a market. What do you mean this is bad? First of all, if you're saying this in my comment section, and if you're gonna be glazing PlayStation while you do it, in the kindest way possible, don't comment on my videos, because you are going to be blocked and deleted. So I'm not having people glazing PlayStation in my comments. I understand that if you want to have a real discussion about this, that's fine, but if you're just gonna be saying that oh, this is a good thing, I'm really happy about this, and it's really good, and just glazing this up to be one of Sony's best decisions, you're not actually having a discussion about this. You're just here to praise corporate overlord, and we don't praise corporate overlords on this channel. we don't do that here. Secondly, to answer your question as to why this is a bad thing, first of all, well, yes, you can pull the stats up and say, hey, see, look, most people buy digitally now anyways. Those numbers are incredibly skewed to fit Sony's narrative, because they're not counting the DLC for the physical games that are being bought, okay? They are not accounting for the digital only games that don't have a physical release, Stardew Valley, as far as I can tell, and you can correct me if I'm wrong about this, Stardew Valley and other games like that, indie games, do not have a physical release. I understand Hollow Knight and Another Crab's Treasure and Nine Souls has a physical release, but no, Stardew Valley does not have a physical release. And most other games are most other indie games are like that, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that all indie games are like that. Like I just said, the 3 games I listed above, did have physical releases, but not all of them do. And another thing, I can't speak for everybody, but I am an absolutist physical media believer, whatever you want to call that, okay? And full transparency, I may be a physical gamer through and through, because most of the time whenever I opt to buy something, I opt for the physical version. My library is not that big. It is not that big at all. Partly because I still live at my mom's house, and I'm don't have the room to store 800 games on a like on a shelf or whatnot, you know what I mean? So like there's that. And I'm also unemployed, so like yeah, I don't really have the money to be getting these games either. But the point still stands that like I like do prefer physical media over digital media any day, because like I care about like the game preservation, and I care about actually owning the things I buy instead of like having a license for it, which is basically what digital gaming is, you know? Like I'm not here to say that it's better or worse, but what I am here to point out are the facts. And the fact is that like the reason why I prefer the physical over digital is because you don't own it, you know? It's a digital code to a license that you are basically renting. That is basically what it is. And that's fine, you know, like if you prefer like convenience and whatnot. Like I have no room to judge, because like while yes, I do have a relatively decent sized collection of video games, I do also have a decent size of digital games as well, you know, because like I have a PC and I have Steam, and like I bought the digital versions of Stardew Valley on the PS5, and I've gotten things for free like on the PS5 because like I have the PlayStation Plus subscription. But that's like really kind of it, you know what I mean? Like again, I have no room to judge you if you like one thing or the other. I'm just saying I like the option where I have the things I buy as opposed to just having a license for it. Like that's all I'm here to say. Getting off my rant though, and like actually talking about why like the digital storefront thing is a really, really bad idea, is because Sony doesn't really have a good track record with digital media. I hate to say it, but it's true. Like I could talk all the shit I want about like Steam not like letting me have the things I own, because like I'm still like behind a license, like waiting for permission to play the game. But it's not like they will take the games out of my library after they're delisted, you know what I mean? Like that's what Sony is like doing. That's what Sony does. Because at the same time that Rockstar like released their pre-order thing for Grand Theft Auto 6, and about how they're gonna be a digital only storefront or a digital only game, PlayStation also emailed like a bunch of people saying that like their movies that they had bought and paid for are no longer gonna be in their library because of a licensing issue. They are taking them out of their digital library. They are not just delisting them. And it doesn't just stop at movies either, because one of the other like latest updates for the PlayStation was the fact that they are deleting accounts that have been inactive for 3 years, okay? Like libraries, trophies, achievements, all of that is gone because like you like didn't reply to an email 6 months before like they said that your account has been inactive for like 2.5 years. You know what I mean? Like, and before you go in the comments and say, well, of course they like were gonna get taken down, they haven't been active in 3 years. And and my response to that is like, okay, what about the soldiers that have been deployed for 3 years and can't really like game for 3 years? Are you saying that they don't deserve to have their games preserved because of the fact that they've been inactive for 3 years? And what if I told you it doesn't just stop there? Because, like, in order to keep the license to the digital games you buy, you have to check in at least once a month before you lose access to it. Okay? Because, like, that's another, like, greedy thing that, like, pisses me off, you know? I am someone that has no life. And I am someone who is privileged enough to, like, check into my games every once in a while. Because, like, I have internet. And I have the whole, like, PlayStation Plus network and all that. Like, I have that, which is probably not going to last long if I'm being totally honest. But right now I'm like really privileged because like I can like take like a day and like just like log into my PSN just to make sure like I don't lose all my shit, you know? There's not a lot of people who can say the same. I'm not going to like name them because I don't know who they are. I don't know what their situation is. Like the only I was only like able to like come up with the army thing on top of my head. But yeah, the like other people who can't access their games once a month, they're like totally out of luck because like, oh, you didn't sign into your PSN account, like, so you don't have access to that game anymore. Like, what kind of like anti-consumerist bullshit is that? Where they could just take a game out of your library for no other reason just because they can, and like they're not making like every little bit of money off of you. And now you're gonna make the announcement that that is the only like option to do moving forward, you know, like because like you're ending the production of physical media. Like what the hell kind of excuse is that other than to just like pump out every single dollar you can make of us, okay? I could go on and on and on about how this is like a terrible business practice and how like this is like so diabolically evil because like PlayStation doesn't want us to own the things we have apparently. And like I could just go on and on about it, but like I understand when a video is too long, and like this video is already getting too long, so I'm just gonna get to the main point of this video. I am ending my 20 plus years relationship with PlayStation like for good at this point. Like if this is what it's ultimately gonna come down to, and like you're just gonna like have a fancy computer instead of like an actual console, I'm just not gonna do it anymore. Like I'm done. I'm breaking up with it. It's gonna be really, really rough for me though, because like a few weeks before this, they were announcing like good game after good game that was coming back, you know, like Kingdom Hearts 4 was coming back, Spyro was coming back, you know, like those two were like really the main things I was like only really excited for. But I would much rather pay the price of missing out on like a few games rather than constantly stressing about whether or not if I'm going to lose Spyro 4 or Kingdom Hearts 4 or whatnot. And going forward, I'm probably not going to like keep my PlayStation Plus subscription any longer either, because like while I do want to keep it like mainly like so I can like play online with PlayStation with my friends and like play like stuff like Dragon Ball, like Sparking Zero and Fighter Z, but I've gotten to the point where I'm like, enough is enough. I'm not taking this anymore. I'm not taking the corporate greed that is just ruining the gaming industry for me. Like I'm just not gonna do it. And I take so much solace into the fact that I'm not the only person that thinks this way, because like before I was thinking about making this video, I was like so unsure about whether or not if I was going to be alone in this and like not purchase anything new. But I've watched video after video after video just like explaining why people aren't going to be in the like into the PlayStation 6, because like the whole PS6 thing is ultimately going to be a scam. And I take so much solace into the fact that I'm not alone in that. Anyway, guys, like that's my rant. Thank you guys for listening. I could write a whole novel about how I feel, but I realize when a video needs to end. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, everybody.